Around 10 o'clock last night, it's nearly 4 o'clock the afternoon the next day. We still don't know really what's happened.
Well, that's actually what the opinion polls have been saying. So to that extent, the opinion polls have got the broad outline right. What I think has really been fascinating is the differential swing, because we've all looked at these results. Thanks to the BBC, we've had fancy little bits of software that have told us what the results were in each seat. But the truth is, in each seat, you've seen tremendous differences. North, south, different regions, real democracy at work.
And is it totally attributable to you that all the constituencies around you did so badly for Labour?
That's not entirely true. We held Ashfield, I accept, yes, but narrowly.
Yeah, from about 14,000 down to a few hundred, your majority.
Well, I'm not...
That's just the strength of his personality.
What's the abiding memory for you, Min Campbell?
Nick Clegg's coming of age.
Yeah.
Quite extraordinary. Now, it wasn't reflected eventually in the results, but it certainly drove the campaign for a very long time. The other thing I want to point out is this, that this is a very long election campaign. It started almost as soon as Gordon Brown decided not to have an election in November 2007. And the way the House of Commons has operated, the things that the government brought forward or didn't bring forward, all related to the fact that eventually there had to be an election on the 6th of June. We keep talking about whether
everyone's disappointed. Of course, you've got reason to be disappointed too in the Conservatives.
I've got reason to be cheerful. Biggest number of gains in 8 years. Not quite good enough
kind of
for an outright majority.
Statistic,
yes,
isn't
it is.
It's about winning.
Yeah.
You didn't win.
Sure. It would have been nice to have an absolute majority, but my own observation is that perhaps one of the things we all have to accept as politicians, there's an increasing appetite there for the politics that's niche, distinctive, particular, local. The age of sort of generic, mass-branded political parties is coming to an end, and we need a looser political party system that allows the niche, the distinctive, the particular. And this explains, as Geoff said, why there's so much local variation in the results. It's a good thing this is happening.
And if that produces more independent members of Parliament, more willing to scrutinise the executive, even if it's of their own party, then that can only strengthen politics.
Absolutely.
Thank you all very much. David.
Thank you very much, Jeremy. Well, Rory Hethron-Jones, we were told this was going to be right up your street, this election. It was all going to be Twittering and tweeting and Facebooking and all the rest. Didn't turn like that at all. It was three big debates that dominated the media.
You're so wrong, David.
Well, I know you've got your head stuck in your computer.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how many thousand tweets have there been about today, for instance?
There's been an enormous number of tweets.
How many million people are watching this programme?
Some of them, which I will come to in a while,
about you.
We're
coming to the end. No, don't tell me ones about me.
No, I mean, what we've got breaking out here, quite interestingly, is some reaction to what David Cameron's been saying, some criticism of the Tory campaign. Here is a tweeter called Parsifal2. He's actually the chairman of Bell Pottinger, one of the leading lobbyists. And here's what he says: someone who needs to take the blame for the campaign and resign or be fired. Tory activists are angry and depressed. Later on, he says, time for change in the Tory party. We need some Tories directing the next campaign so we win it. Not just
You're sure you know who he is?
I'm pretty sure I know who he is, yes. He is the chairman of...
Why does he disguise himself as Parsifal 2? Who is
well,
Parsifal 1?
He's an opera fan, he says. He's an opera lover.
But Bell Pottinger are a big PR company.
They are, exactly. Founded by Lord
Tim Bell. It's not Tim Bell himself, is it?
It's not Tim Bell himself,
How do you know? This is the trouble with this, it's all anonymous.
Well, here's one that isn't anonymous, and we know who it is. It's Fraser Nelson, the editor of The Spectator, saying The Spectator cannot support the inquiry into electoral reform. Not just a lot of toing and froing, though, on Twitter, on the blogs too. This is a Labour blog, Left Foot Forward, Will Straw, son of Jack Straw's blog. A discussion on will the Lib Dems accept Cameron's offer. He says there's a lot of toing and froing amongst the Lib Dems who are not at all happy about it. One blogger we haven't heard much about, probably the most famous blogger, Guido Fawkes, and he's got an interesting take here, which I've not really seen elsewhere.
Can you pause a second? We've got a declaration coming.
I can.
Facts over opinion. Dudley North, Ian Austin's the MP since 2005 with a majority of just over 4,000. And here's the result of Dudley North in the West Midlands.
Held on the 6th of May 2000.